Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Stephen Billington and welcome to the Penguin Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to show you 3 of the best baits you can throw in the dead of the summer. I'm talking when it's super hot outside. Like, you know the kind of weather I'm talking about. Jet skis and fun boaters and wakeboarders are everywhere. Bass are hard to find. The bite is slowing down. You're sweating from every pore and orifice of your body, and you're just wondering, how can I maximize my time on the water by being as effective as I can? Well, I'm gonna show you. Before I go any further, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate everyone who spends some time watching my videos. I know you're very busy. It means a lot to me when you do that. Please hit the subscribe button, drop a like down below, and throw some comments in, especially after these tips work for you and you have some success. Let everybody else know how they worked out for you. If you watch my videos, you know that I'm fairly new to bass fishing and I just started really targeting them this year. And I spent a lot of the off season last winter researching bass and bass fishing tactics, what works for people, when it works, why it works, blah, 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 blah. I am my own kind of person. I go my own way. I put my own spin on things. So I am not your typical bass fisherman. There is no shortage of videos out there right now that are like, these are your best June baits. These are your best July baits. These are your best August baits. And most of them are pretty much the same with a little bit of variance here and there. I'm gonna show you one specific bait for sure that I haven't seen in any of those videos. Without further ado, let's get right into it, right? That's why we're all here. The first bait I'm gonna show you, I have not seen in anybody else's summer bait videos. I don't know why. This is my favorite one. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my favorite one. This is not just a chatterbait. This is the Berkley Slobber Knocker. Yeah, you heard me right. The Slobber Knocker. What a great name. Berkley hit it out of the park with this chatterbait, okay? The skirt looks pretty mangy and stuck together because this bait, this particular chatterbait, hasn't actually seen the water yet. So Berkley infused these baits with their scent product. So that's why it looks the way that it does. Once it gets wet, it'll feather out more. But these are power bait infused, and that makes a huge difference. The other big separating factor with this chatterbait is how well it tracks through the water. This does not hunt. Now, I have definitely seen some videos and comments and things, Slobber Knocker versus Jackhammer. But quite honestly, I don't know why everybody's making that comparison. The Slobber Knocker is not a replacement or a competitor to the Jackhammer. This is a whole different beast. The Jackhammer has its time and place, 100%. I have several of them. The Slobber Knocker is a different deal. This doesn't hunt. When you chuck this thing out, let's say there's a brush pile between me and you, and I chuck this thing out over the brush pile, and I land it just to the right of the brush pile and bring it around to the right. It's not gonna hunt and get caught in that brush pile. It's gonna go exactly where I want it. It's gonna track true through the water along the path that I give it. Now, let's say that I do want it to hit that brush pile. The Slobber Knocker is incredible, incredible when it comes to being around wood. This thing bounces off of and through wood like you cannot imagine. To the point that I actually let this thing sink into some really gnarly brush piles, and I beat the crap out of those brush piles with this chatterbait because it makes the fish angry. And when the fish are angry, they lash out, and that's what we want. So, the Berkley Slobber Knocker, I'm throwing it in 3/8. This is my favorite color. This is white and green. I always say this wrong. Green chartreuse. I know I'm saying it wrong. That's the color profile of this one. So what trailer are we putting on there? Well, I'm so glad you asked. This is the only trailer I'm using on the Slobber Knocker. I have experimented with a bunch of different trailers on the back of it. This is money, okay? Bam! The Megabass Hasdong Shad 4.2. Now, trying to get flattened out here so you can see it real well. So you've got a white and black fleck in there and a green pumpkin, which is real light green and real dark green. This trailer works. Both of these color trailers work on this color slobber knocker fantastically. I have other colors of the slobber knocker and I have other color trails. I have found this specific combination to be absolute fire. They hammer it. I slam bass on this combo. I slam them when it's 70 degrees outside and when it's over 100 degrees. When it's sunny and when it's cloudy. When there's no wind, when there's lots of wind, when there's no current, when there's no current. Regardless of the situation, I hammer them on this. As a matter of fact, some of the only bass I was able to put on my 5-fish limit in my most recent tournament was with the slobber knocker when it was cloudy and somewhat rainy, colder temps on a cold front, and I was chucking it into thick lily pads and letting it find a hole between the pads and then just slowly working it through there, and they were hammering it. I mean, God, I cannot tell you, it literally works in every condition. Hard bottom, soft bottom, structure, no structure. I cannot drive it home enough. The Berkley Slobber Knocker in white and green with the Megabass Hasdong Shad trailers in 4.2. Go buy them. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Number 2, the Berkley Money Badger. All of my Money Badgers are in the 6.25 size, which means they dive between 9 and 11 feet. I like that size because I still throw this thing up sometimes in inches of water, and I run the dog snot out of it against the bottom, and I will actually run it out into about 15 feet of water. I'll just let it hit the bottom until it's not hitting bottom anymore, and I have a high rate of success. This is the Blaze color. You'll see it's a real bright orange. It's got sort of that darker, flaky looking back going on. What's real nice about these baits is this disc up here. When you're cranking through the water and you let off, you stop reeling, it pauses nose down in the water and it suspends there before it begins to rise back up. That pause and suspend keeps it right in front of the bass's face. And when you start cranking again, they absolutely stomp it. Most of the time, I'll run it back to me with a steady retrieve, especially in the summer. But when you're using this in colder weather, definitely throw that pause in there. That pause and restart gets them every time. Now, I have several colors of the Money Badger, but there's only 2 that I really throw all the time and have a ton of success with. And that's Blaze. I'll show you the other one because it's tied on at the moment. The FX Shad. Now, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but this one is beat. I mean, there are places like here where it's just missing paint and it's super translucent. I actually think that they get a lot more effective when they get beat up. This one's brand new and has less than 20 casts on it. So that's why this one doesn't look very beat up. And where I was fishing in my tournament didn't have any real structure or hard bottom, so it didn't get a chance to really be whacked against a whole lot of stuff. The Berkley Slobber Knocker and the Berkley Money Badger, I'm throwing them on the exact same rod and reel setup. I have several of these. This is the ARC Tharp Series 7-foot medium heavy moderate fast action rod. They call it the Grinder. And this is an Abu Garcia Revo X 731 bait casting reel, and I'm using 14-pound Berkley Fluoro. Absolutely phenomenal rod and reel combo. They work fantastic with the Slobber Knocker and with the Money Badger. All right, guys, that brings me to number 3. I'm super excited to show you this one. This is the only slow down bait that I have on this list. I mean, obviously, because I said there were 3 and we're on number 3. This is a Dirty Jigs swim jig 3/8. Now my absolute favorite color in this jig is black and blue, but I've been having a lot of success with this color. It's white, it's blue, there's a little bit of yellow in there. It's just a real great color. What I really like about these jigs is they're 3/8, but they're pretty light. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You can have 2 baits that are both 3/8 that don't have the same weight feel, okay? I love the feel of this jig. The weed guard is incredible at keeping this thing from being hung up no matter what I'm throwing it into, and does not interfere with the hook set. Now the hook is the other reason I really like this jig. Dirty Jigs gives you a big, beefy hook without having big, beefy hook presentation, okay? This thing, the hook on this thing is equivalent, if not better, to the hook on my biggest football jigs, okay? This hook is not playing around. Now, I have experimented with a lot of trailers this year. This is a 4-inch Berkley Creature Hog in Max Scent. Now, if you don't believe in Max Scent, you're wrong. Now, I'm not saying all scent is created equal. Berkley scents are where it's at, okay? Berkley's really, really into the science. Berkley literally will not patent their scents because they don't want other companies to figure out how they're doing it. They know that their scent is so good that nobody is going to figure it out on their own, and they don't want to help them out, so they just don't patent it, okay? Now, Alex Rudd described this scent the best when you're describing what it smells like. They smell like feet and protein powder. He's 100% right. When he said feet and protein powder, I'm like, well, by golly, that is exactly what they smell like. So these are the all black color. Paired up with these Dirty Jigs, it doesn't seem to matter what color jig I use, whether it's black and blue, this one, there's like somewhere I have like an orangish color. Doesn't seem to matter. The Creature Hog in all black works fantastic on all of them, and it holds up through a lot more beating through structure and through several more catches. So guys, that's my 3 summer baits. Now I'm going to tell you, I've had success with these baits all year so far, but they have definitely come into their own more so in this hot weather. There's a time for a Texas rig worm and all kinds of other stuff, and most people's videos do not include, actually I haven't seen any videos that include the slobber knocker, and I think that that's a major oversight. So these are the 3 baits that work for me in the summer to produce not only more bites, but quality bites, okay? These are tournament winning lures. These are fantastic. So I'm gonna put a link to where you can buy all 3 of these on Tackle Warehouse. I do not have an affiliate set up with Tackle Warehouse. Hey, if you guys are watching and wanna make your boy an affiliate, I'm listening, but they're not affiliate links. I don't earn any commission. This is just my honest advice to you, saying that, hey, these 3 will catch you more fish in the summer. So buy these, put them in the water, go get yourself some more fish, all right? We'll catch you guys on the next video. Until then, tight lines.